Hey.
Nice to meet you. Name's Kelsey.
All right, Kelsey, how are you? Thanks so much for coming.
Yes,
I spoke to Judge Brown about you this morning, and she had so many great things to say about you.
She's
So,
wonderful. We're having our Thanksgiving lunch today.
She said you like pulled a couple rabbits out in a couple trials where they just kind of, whoa. So that's great.
It's fun.
Yeah. Serious cases?
Felon possession of a weapon and an evading.
Okay. Nice.
And I had a pro se, but we resolved it. Very entertaining though.
Yeah, your mom's like, so
Yeah.
great. So we'll see you, what, 2 weeks?
Monday, I believe.
What? Monday starts December? What, is it December?
December 2nd, I believe. I know it's flying by.
I know, it's so fast. It's just crazy. Well, great. We're happy to have you.
Yeah,
You know,
excited.
we're pretty easygoing here. Just, work hard in and out and just have fun. Try to. So
What time do y'all like to start?
9.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, well, happy
So,
Thanksgiving.
yeah, we'll see you soon. You too. Good morning.
How you doing, sir?
How's jail?
Sucks, man.
Great. That's great. Because I got you. I need you to understand that we mean business here. We don't play. And your lawyer I'm bringing you out because it's your case. You need to understand what's going on, number one. Number two, your lawyer has asked for me to reduce your bond. Your bond now is set at $10,000. I have no idea what happened on your case. The only thing I do know is that September of 23, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. December 1st, 23, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. 5/29/24, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon. 11/23/24, unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon and a terroristic threat of a family or household member. You now, with us, are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you, sir.
Yes, Judge. The officer was dispatched in response to a family disturbance in Harris County, Texas.
Shh.
The complainant told the officers that her and the defendant, her ex-boyfriend, were having issues regarding child custody, and the defendant was attempting to drop the child off with the complainant, and the complainant refused to take custody because of a previous mutual custody agreement. The complainant told the officers that the defendant then stated, "I just bust your car window, and if you pull up doing anything, I'm gonna shoot your ass in the face." The complainant stated that she was in fear for her life, and the officers detained the defendant and found him to be in possession of a handgun.
All right. Mr. Jack, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. A protective order has been issued in this case. What that means is that if you violate this protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you, violation of a protective order. And I'm going to tell you now, you pick up one of those cases and you violate conditions, I can have a hearing to hold you at no bond, zero bond. And I will do it in a heartbeat to protect my county and everyone in it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I find that you are a complete danger to public safety and you refuse to abide by bond conditions. So I don't think that your bond is sufficient. I think that the 10,000 is too low because you are a danger to my public. I'm sorry, Mr. Elick, and regardless, what we do here is just, it's, I guess, peanuts, so to speak, because you're being held at no bond on 2 of your felony cases as is. So what I am going to have you do, though, is this. I'm going to have you sign with me today an affidavit promising me that you're not going to have any weapons. And if I find that you have a weapon, if somehow you are magically released, because I don't know what's going to happen, if I find that you have a weapon, I will have a contempt hearing. I can have a contempt hearing, and I can and may hold you up to contempt every single time you have a weapon. And if they prove it to me, I can send it you to 180 days in jail every single time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
This is an affidavit. This affidavit, you're going to promise me that you're not going to have any weapons. I don't care what's going on in your life. I don't care if you're going into war. I don't care if there's a big battle in the street. No weapons. Do you understand? Look how big. Is that big enough for you to read? What does it say?
No weapons.
Good. We will have you swear to us that you're not going to have any weapons, and at that time, we'll just have you put back. If you do bond out, I'm going to put a GPS monitor on you, and I will put an exclusion zone so that you're not to go anywhere near the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You know, did we ever explore that order to surrender weapons to the sheriff's office? Did we ever do anything with that?
I explored it and I talked to multiple people and no one's ever heard anything about it that I could find.
We had that, remember?
I know at one point we did.
We need to do something with that.
I'll make a few phone calls. See where.
I'm going to see what I can do about having the weapons surrendered to law enforcement so that you don't have possession of any weapons. Do you understand? Okay. All right, Mr. Lick. So I guess we'll just wait. It looks like the felony case is set for, oh my goodness, March of next year.
Your Honor, we may be, I just want to get the body cam and we may set this for trial. I mean, I know he's got the other felonies, but
I'm itching for a trial. You want 30 days, I guess?
that sounds good.
Okay. All right. We'll have you swear to us no weapons. Mr. Jack, come on. Ferdinand Henley, come up. Are you mom? Come on up, mom. Thank you so much for coming. You were on probation and it's not going well. We're bringing you here now in an effort to reach out to you before we put you in jail because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. And it's amazing how having you come here actually gets the spark to go, because I see that you've now completed the gun safety class. How many months is he overdue on that?
He's been on probation since
He's been on
Yes.
probation since February.
February.
Has he done anything?
No, this was the first thing he's done.
So do you want to go to jail? You're begging for it. What else does he have to do?
Thinking for a change.
Is that it?
Mhm.
Okay. Which thinking for a change are we doing?
It's a long.
It's the long one?
Mhm.
Okay. I now have to micromanage you because apparently you're unable to get things done on yourself. I'm now sending you for a drug test. I want to know and I want to make sure that you're clean. And I hope above all else that you are clean, because you are not to use any marijuana. You're not to use any alcohol, anything while you're on probation. Do you understand? What's been going on, Mom? Why is he not in compliance? He hasn't done anything since February. We're now in December, near December. You are in complete and utter violation of everything in this probation. And I'm sorry that we have to micromanage, because now it's on you to have to bring him up here, because now I'm not having him report to the region anymore. I can't trust you to do what you said you were going to do when you signed on this probation. Now you will report directly to me. And the next time you fail, guess what's going to happen? Right. Shatori, I'd like to send her for a drug test right now. And then what we're going to do is I'm setting you for 2 weeks. You must be enrolled and have at least one class on the Thinking for a Change done. If you fail to do it, a warrant for your arrest will be issued. And I'm not promising anything now, but I'm sending you for a drug test and I'm hoping that you are negative. Do you understand? Take a seat for me. I'll plan with you, ma'am, 2 weeks. He's got to be back with proof that he's enrolled into Thinking for a Change. He's got at least to have one class done. Is it one time a week or how does it work?
One time a week.
And it's like 3-4 months? How long is it?
12 weeks.
It's 12 weeks that you have to go one time a week. If you fail to go, things are just not going to go well. I'm doing this in an effort to try to help you with this, Mr. Henley. Do they have them online, Shatori? Online? Shh.
Yes, I'll give them a list of places you can go right now.
But it can be done online. There's absolutely no excuse. Okay. What about, did you graduate from high school?
That's what I know, yeah, it's still my senior.
You're in your senior year. That is a condition of his probation as well, that you graduate from high school. I'm not letting you go out of this until you graduate from high school. Do you understand?
So,
Okay. All right. So let's send it for a drug test now. We'll have him come back and good job being negative. I'm proud of you. Good job. I'm glad. That really makes me happy. You're doing good. I mean, you're not doing good, but I'm happy that you're negative. That's a good start. Stay in school, man. I'm telling you, the more you go in school, the more you will earn in life.
so,
Ask anybody. That's what it means. You know, your life being a young Black man in society today is hard enough as it is. Don't make it harder by getting either convictions, picking up new cases. I mean, look at what your mom's going through in life now. It's not easy. And when you pick up more criminal cases, all you do, you're not making it hard for you. You're making it hard for her because she has to take time out, has to come to court, Uber, spend money when she doesn't want to. It could be spent on going out to eat, you know? I understand things are tough. And I'll let you report with Shatoria, you know, yeah, virtually, okay? Right.
Okay.
But if he doesn't start doing it, it's just, I got to put him in jail. I need you to understand. If you continue to toy with me one more time, this system here will not fail you. So I will put you in jail for 3 days. I'm going to let you out and we will continue on probation. And if you mess with me again, next time it's going to be 6 days in jail. And the next time it's going to be 12. And we're going to continue. And I will let you out until you successfully complete this probation. I will not allow you to fail. Do you understand? The minute you finish with this class, I'll take you off. So as soon as you get it done, the day after you get it done, I'll let you off early. But if you toy with me again, get ready to spend the weekend with me. You understand? Don't make life more difficult than it is. Okay? Shatoria, you let me know next time we have a mucka. Mr. Cope, how are you?
amazing,
I'm sorry?
amazing, sir.
I hope. I really hope. You know, you've got a lot of stuff going on. And wow. All resolved.
All resolved.
What happened?
I know it.
Everything got dismissed.
Everything's done.
So no more probation.
No more probation. I'm tired of that.
Did you learn anything? If you learn one thing leaving here today, Mr. Cope, patience. Patience goes so far in life. When you are confronted with someone who's an a-hole, exercise patience. You know, it don't matter. Even if you're right and they're wrong, with your record, if a cop rolls up to you, they will probably hard pressed to take your side because of your record, you know. But if you exercise patience, right, or walk away, if you see a situation that's getting out of control, it's really going to serve you well. You know, I cannot tell you how lucky you are, really, that you're with this. You were on probation for an aggravated robbery with where was it, the arson?
Your Honor, he took a 10-month jail on the MAJ for the arson. That's,
Is that what it is? But he's got sufficient credit that you're probably walking out of here today, right, Mr. Cook? But what I'm saying is patience goes a long way. Even, if you get into a pissing match with an officer, anyone that has a power of arrest, who's going to win? Right. Every single time. I don't care if you're right. I don't care if you're wrong. You're still going to get it. So just patience. Tuck your tail. And, if you ever have an issue, come back to me and I'll help you too. If you ever need help, come back to me here and I'll do what I can to help you out. If you need, shelter. I mean, I can't give you money, but
Housing.
whatever. If someone's messing with you in life, come back to me. We can try to work it out somehow. I can give you a lawyer. We can work things out somehow, some way. But patience, man. It really goes a long way.
I'm just serious. You asked me what I've learned. I've started to let things go more than I did 2 years ago.
It's great.
I've started to just learn to let things go instead of, someone does something that sometimes you just gotta walk away. Like I'm dead serious about that. I'm not joking.
You know what that's called, right? Mature. You're growing up. And part of growing up is the fact that you recognize, hey, shit, if I get into this situation, I'm not going to win. You get into it with them, you're never going to win. It doesn't matter. So just don't. Walk away. Come here. I'll talk with you. We'll hang out. Whatever we need to do. The other thing is this, is that if you're ever in a car, you smell like dope, you smell like alcohol, it's not going to go well too. You're pleading now to this DWI. This DWI is going to go on your record. Understand that from evermore, you get pulled over, you smell funky, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement, Mr. Cope. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country. You're giving up the right to appeal. When you plead guilty, that's it. I want to let you know one more thing. So what did he ultimately plead to?
so he ultimately pled on the MAJ for the arson. He pled to the 10-month state jail sentence.
So you pled to a state jail felony, or does he have a third degree on your record? Because I want you to understand that if you have a third degree on your record and you pick up a serious felony, the next time you could be a potential 15 to life case. So that's why I'm saying if you pick up a serious felony, it could be a minimum of 15 years. All right. How do you plead to the offense of DWI?
I plead guilty to driving while intoxicated.
Find you guilty. I'll send you to it. What are we doing?
For 120.
So 3 days, 121? 121 days credit, Mr. Cope. I really wish you the best of luck, man. I hope you go out there, start working, killing it, making a ton of money. Really, that's what life's about, buying nice things, right? Get out there and make the world a better place, all right?
How come you know where your boat's at today?
No, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I'm my bad. My
It's
bad.
okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry. You know what?
Okay, you know what? I got to change it up,
Okay.
But we're trying to look good for you. All right, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you. 180 days driver license suspension. Morning, Mr. Flores. Do you have a lawyer today?
No, I'm gonna go,
Stop. We're going to give you more time.
oh,
You need to hire a lawyer.
I wanna give the one, that is the free lawyer. I don't know the name. The court appointed.
How many, this is your fourth case. How many court-appointed lawyers have you had on all of your
And
cases?
this is my first one. Well, I want to thank you on, you done something, very, very big for me. I feel like the ankle monitor was a blessing in disguise. Because I got my life together for a while. I'm even voluntarily willing to do 90 days if you want to.
Say it again?
I'm voluntarily willing to do 90 days if you would like to. Because everything's going in the right direction for me right now, finally.
Just, all we want our streets to be safe, Mr.
Yeah,
Flores. That's
got
all.
you.
we want, you know?
Okay,
Just, are you working now?
yeah. I pour concrete for myself, and then I also got a full-time job pouring concrete for somebody else. Like an actual, do my jobs on the side and then plus working labor.
What kind of money do you make?
It depends. If it's not a rainy week, I'll get like about maybe 800 bucks.
So what do you think on a monthly basis?
It's just roughly 2,400 to 3,200.
Qualify for an appointed lawyer. So
Okay.
what I can do is I can have you fill out an application, but you got to be on the poverty guidelines
Okay.
to be able to qualify for an appointed lawyer.
Okay.
So just,
Go
I'll
ahead.
have you fill it out, be honest, let me take a look, and if you qualify, I'll give you a lawyer, okay? But just, I got to know everything. I got to know how much money you make, how much money you spend, what you spend on, and then let me take a look and see, okay? All right, Stephen's going to give you an application, just come on. All right, good morning, Mr. Houlihan. So you understand that you're entering into a very serious probation. We take it seriously, and if you continue to, if you violate, at this point, I mean, we can put you in a rehab facility, right? So just no alcohol from any source. That's all we're asking you to do. Stay out of trouble. If you don't have a license, don't drive. These probations are typically pretty easy. All you have to typically do is 2 classes, stay out of trouble, and don't drink. And as long as you can do that, then you're walking out of here, you know?
Yes, sir.
What are the conditions that we have, Shatori?
Thinking for a change,
Okay,
DWI education, 3 victim impact panels, CRAS, random urine analysis, no refusals.
what that means is that if you are pulled over and an officer asks you to submit a breath sample, you have to do it. If you don't, then you're in violation of this probation.
No drugs or alcohol. And the guardian interlock.
Do you have you've got the scram now.
Yes, sir.
So what we'll do is when you get your, is this license suspended, Alex? Do you know? Can you run it?
I don't
please?
have a vehicle
Yeah.
either.
I'll run it, Your Honor.
Then you will need to get a portable breath test device. And when you do that,
The scram monitor? Okay,
I'm paying for it now.
Okay.
That thing's around $400 to $500 a month.
okay. I understand.
So as opposed to the handheld device, which is probably about $100 a month. So if you want to keep it, you can, but it's costly. And once you get on probation, I can't pay for it for you.
I understand.
You will be responsible for the fines and fees. You know, I can take off and I can reduce your fines and fees, but there's outside vendor stuff I can't pay for, like your DW education class, you'll have to pay for that. It's $30, right? The victim impact panels, you will have to pay for that. TRAS, can I waive the fee? I'll waive your TRAS fee, which is around, that's what, $200? Yeah, so I'll waive that fee
I
for you.
appreciate that.
But remember, this probation is not about the money. It's about you doing what you're saying you're going to do in the time that they tell you to do it. So there's a certain time for you to finish everything.
Your Honor, it's suspended.
Your license is not suspended. So one of the other things I want to
No,
do.
it is.
He was suspended.
There's an ALR suspension.
There is a
a
suspension.
Yeah, it is.
Yes, sir.
So we will, as part of this probation now, require you to get your Texas driver license. I want you to get it so that at some point you can become a legal driver, but you have to have insurance and you're not allowed to drive any vehicle that doesn't have a guardian interlock on it. If you're caught, then that's a violation of your probation. Don't just do stuff. You get permission first.
Yes, sir.
Don't try to do and beg for forgiveness after the fact because it doesn't work here.
Yes, sir.
You understand? You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept the probation, you're stuck with it until you complete it or it gets violated. Now, the agreement that you're entering into is 180 days jail time to be probated for 18 months. This will now reflect as a conviction on your record. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days in jail. No proverbial slaps on the wrist. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
So what, does that mean I can go, when do I go take the scram?
First, you get the portable device. When you get that, we will take that
Okay,
ankle monitor off. I want to know that you have something that's
Yes, sir.
testing you before we just take that off. We're not going to take your word for it that you're going to go get it, you know?
yes, sir.
But the minute you get it, let us know and then we'll take that off and then you can keep the other one. If you fail, if you pick up a new case, don't do your stuff, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to put you in jail. I'm going to bring you back out in Orange and we're going to talk about if you violated or not. And if they prove it to me, you're looking at 180 days in jail.
Yes, sir.
Understand? You have any questions? How do you plead to the offense? How do you plead to the offense? Guilty or not guilty? All right. I will find you guilty. I'm not going to suspend your license. So just take care. You have the ability to get it back. What do you do for a living, Mr. Houlihan?
I'm in the process of, I need to take the Texas Health and Life Insurance exam. And then once I pass the exam, I'm going to be working for an insurance company.
How do you support yourself now?
Right now, living at home with my mother.
Stay there. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, I graduated law school. I still went and lived with my folks. Man, I lived with my folks until I was like 35. There's nothing wrong with it. I saved a crap load of money, you know, and, you know, that's what you do, right?
And it's
Until you-
also,
there's nothing wrong with it.
also work from home as well. So.
Great. Just take care, you know,
Yes, sir.
work at home, stay at home, make a lot of money, keep a lot of money in the bank, and then you venture out. Don't do things backwards, like have a kid now, because that's, do you have any kids?
38 years without kids on.
Well, perhaps one day you'll get blessed, but just do things in the right order, and
Yes, sir.
then things will work out for you. I'm going to waive your supervisory fees, your DPS fines and fees and surcharges. Meaning I'm taking off around $4,000 of fines and fees that you would otherwise be required to pay. And if you don't get a license. But I'm going to tell you now, if you come back here with another DWI, a second DWI, there's a surcharge of $6,000, not to mention court costs. So you roundabout leave here with about $7,000 in fines and fees. So if you want to get lit in the future, just don't get into a car.
I don't have any interest in drinking at all anymore, honestly.
Time heals all wounds, Mr. Houlihan. Say it again.
How come about marijuana too? Because that seems to be the problem.
Marijuana can be, it can be a DWI with marijuana as well. It doesn't have to be just, if you take too much NyQuil, what happens? Right. So it doesn't have to be just alcohol. All right. Good luck. Don't smoke weed.
Yes.
Smoke weed.